여러분 지금 몇 시? What time is now?
Your final year project defense is like a job interview. If you've never been interviewed before, don't worry, I got your back.
Forever and ever, I got you, baby, so stay. I got your back.
What's up, 1 billion gangs? Divide. Today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys tips that will help you in your project defense, your final year project defense, how to ace it. I got a 7/10 in my project defense, so I think I'm qualified to give you tips. My tips are going to be in two forms: psychological part of your final year project defense and questions you might most likely be asked. The questions they might most likely ask you during your final year project events. Let us take the questions first. You know your project is divided into 5 chapters. I'm going to start with chapter 1 to chapter 5. If you've not started writing your project, I have a video on how to write final year projects. But if you are already done with your project and you are defending your project soon, then this video is going to help you. Anyway, so chapter 1, things that you have to focus on. I'm not saying that you should not get through your project and proofread your project, but these are reliable questions that your interviewers will ask you. They might ask you about problem you're trying to solve, objectives of your study, your research questions. Make sure you know them. Why you have to know them? Because you're trying to defend the project you have written. You don't know the problem you're trying to solve, because your project is a solution to that problem. If you don't know the problem you are trying to solve, you will not be able to defend it to them, and they will not take you serious. They'll feel like, oh, you don't even know your problem, then how did you write the project? So you have to know your objectives of the study, you have to know your research questions, the limitations to your study, because if you understand limitations to your study, you'll be able to tell them, the interviewers,
this was how I was able to overcome that limitation.
so they know that you actually embarked on that project. Chapter 2, the main thing you have to know is your theories. If you have more than one theory, when you are explaining background to the study, if they ask you for the background to the study, you can use your theories to back up your explanation, and you know that, wow, what you actually did is original. And the basic concepts, just the basic concepts that you are researching on, know them. So when you are explaining your project to them and defending it, you know that, yes,
You know the drill.
you know the drill. For chapter 3, you have to understand your research design, and this is important.
We're just getting ready.
This is very, very important. In short, because of that, make sure you like the video, because I gave it jokes. They are most likely to ask you about your research design, because there are 2 types of research design, like I explained. You can embark on primary research, or you can embark on secondary method. You can even embark on both. I embarked on the both. Do you grab? Use research design you have, whether it is primary data. Primary data basically means that you are going into the field, you are going to ask people, you are going by yourself to embark on the research. Let's say I'm a scientist and I'm researching on why humans die. I'm going to go and check 10 dead bodies.
Please don't try this at home.
That's what primary research. I'm going to go and interview people, have people that have died, ask them, oh, when this person died, how did this person die? This is just an explanation. I don't know why I'm using that, but this is just an explanation so you understand. So that's primary data. Secondary data means that you are going to the library, you are going online, you are going to webinars, lectures, you are going to check judicial precedents. Let's go back to that analogy. Analogy I used about a scientist researching on why people die. Lots I'm using secondary data. I'm going to go and check different researches by previous researchers. I'm going to go to different scientist webinars and check webinars, seminars, or lectures. That's what I'm going to do if I'm embarking on secondary research. You understand? So yes, you have to understand which one you use for your design, for your project, because when you are explaining and defending your project to your interviewer, you will be able to explain to them,
This was what I did. I went to this place. I read about this.
and they know that, yes, you actually embarked on this project. Because all they just want to see is that you did it by yourself, that you did not pay somebody to do it for you, did not tell somebody to help you to do it. That's just what they want to see. I know you've liked the video. Thank you. Chapter 4, what you have to focus on, how you compared your data. There are different ways people compare their data. What I used to compare my data was tables for my statistics. I asked a lot of questions with my questionnaire, because I used primary and secondary data, and I compared the answers together in boxes. You understand? Chapter 5 is now where you will now conclude. You now conclude from what you have read, what you have compared, what you have analyzed, and now say, okay,
This is my suggestion. This is what I recommend.
whatever you're recommending. Let's say if you are a scientist and you embarked on a research that has to do with women, you can recommend it to society at large, government. Like I researched on Nigeria's border porosity and the implication on national security. My own recommendation, I was recommending the solution to the government. This is what they should do to ensure security at the borders.
Thinking about so many things. I just wish things would get better. I'm trying to get rid of them, but nothing seems to stay the same.
Do you understand? You can also recommend to other organizations or bodies. I recommended my solution and recommendation suggestions to government, military agencies, and people themselves. You conclude and tell your interviewer,
this is what I suggest should be done.
as they're asking you questions, this psychological part, I kept it behind. I kept it after the questions because I know that they are very important than even the questions themselves. You might not even get all your questions right, but you understand the psychology to interviews. You are most able to pass your defense. Most saying you should not go and reach, but your psychology matters a lot. First tip for you is to dress smart. You might not know, but some interviewers actually give marks to how you will dress. I am not the smartest dresser. Like, see what I'm doing wearing a button-up shirt. I am not the smartest dresser, but there are 3 things you should note if you are going for your defense: your hair, your face, and your outfit. Your hair has to be neat. When I was going for my defense, I had to slick my hair because, society, and I just wanted to appear official. I did not leave my hair down. I slicked my hair back. If you are going to wear braids, pack your braids. If you are going to wear your wigs, comb your wigs. If you are a boy, comb your hair. If you have dreadlocks, pack your dreadlocks. Just make sure that your hair is neat. Your outfit is ironed, pressed. If you have perfume, use your perfume of cologne. Your face, very important. Don't overdo your makeup because you are going for an interview, because you don't know the kind of elders you will meet there that will interview you. Also, make sure your face is not looking shabby. If you are looking like as if you are sick, or your face is white like as if harmattan on your face, make sure your lips are not chapped. Make sure that your face is not too oily, is not too dry. Make sure your face, your outfit, and your hair are on point, so at least you can get some points for it. Next tip is your eye contact. Eye contact is very important. Still learning eye contact. I used to be an introvert, so if I'm looking at them eye for an eye, it's not easy, man. It's not easy. So that's why I'm looking at you right now. I am looking at you and I'm telling you, focus on your eye contact. Practice it with yourself in the mirror, so that when you get in there and they are interviewing you, you're not looking at the ground, you're looking at them, an eye for an eye. Now, the only thing is that don't overdo your eye contact. Feel like you're already looking at them too much. Look into the air, then continue looking at them, like looking at you like this. Then look into the air, then continue looking at them. You understand? Make sure you are giving them eye contact, not looking at the ground or looking elsewhere. Eye contact is very important. Next tip is to speak boldly. When you are talking to your interviewer, don't speak like as if you are talking to your mother. Don't speak as if you are using your bedroom voice. Don't speak like, good morning, ma. No, don't change your voice like as if you are talking to your boyfriend or girlfriend. Speak boldly, speak confidently. Like, if you can, be very, very loud. Try to be loud, try to be outspoken, confident when you're talking. Because if you talk timidly, you start to have doubt and think that, oh, it wasn't you that wrote the project, that's why you don't know what you're saying. Because even if you know what you're saying and you're speaking timidly, they'll think, oh, you went to go and read it this morning, it wasn't you that wrote it. So speak confidently. Do you understand? Even if you don't know what you're saying, say it. Now, this is something I wish I did, but I did not do during my project defense. So if you can, please do it, and please like the video. Thank you. I'm begging you to please do it if you can. And that is to create a stunt. When you are going for your project defense, what you are going to do there is to go and convince them that you wrote the project. What you should do is to carry a stunt, prepare a stunt, word of mouth, a whiteboard presentation. It could be evidence that you carried from the scene. You prepare something that will convince your interviewer that yes, you embarked on your project. Just prepare a stunt, something that you just want to surprise them. Because when you surprise them, they have this confidence in you that yes, you wrote the project by yourself. And the most important thing, thank God you're even still watching this, very important, before you go for the interview, make sure you pray. Don't underestimate how prayer works. God answers prayers. Like, you're going for an interview and you are shaking because you don't know what to expect from people interviewing you. When you pray, you're pouring out your heart to God, not just to help you to remember what you read for the interview, but to help and favor you, reduce your nervousness. If you have faith, pray, and I pray that by the grace of God, your faith will make you whole. And I wish you success. If you are just about to start embarking on your final year project, then make sure you check out this video, because I explain as short as possible what your project should look like. And if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you.